Hey everyone, just going over a quick trade review as it just played out. Want to go over it while it's still fresh in my head. Currently working on a portable standing desk thing that I'll show you that I bought that I'm really liking and is good for people traveling around. So, woke up this morning and had no plan of trading whatsoever. I have a list of things that I need to do. I got errands, I got videos to make. So, I woke up and this is an example of a trade completely coming to me. And I just saw the setup and said, all right, well, if you're going to hit me in the face with this trade, I'm going to have to take it this morning. So starting on the hourly time frame, at this point, we had not broken to a lower low yet. We had hit our low, we had hit our high of the bounce, and we were pulling back. The hourly RSI at this point was about 25 on GDAX. And one of our members made a good point. Hey, you know, the other exchanges aren't as oversold as GDAX. Be careful. That being said, I went over to Bitfinex and saw the hourly RSI there was at 30. And then I looked back at the historical levels. What have we been bouncing from? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times we have bounced with the hourly RSI just above 30 in the position that we were in. So with GDAX hourly RSI at 25 and Bitfinex at a historical bounce point, that's all I need to see. I established my game plan to scale in. So what my game plan was let's go back to GDAX chart, is what I was using for Bitcoin. And again, I use Bitcoin to determine all of my actions when I am trading Ethereum and Litecoin. The RSI on Ethereum and Litecoin did not matter to me. It was all about the Bitcoin RSI because I know if Bitcoin bounces, those other names are going to bounce as well due to that correlation. So we dropped down to a lower low, and that was my signal to begin scaling in. And really, I had my orders placed, and what I was doing is on Litecoin, I had 2 orders that I was going to scale into, and I had them placed at 160. See, it was 166. 166.10 and 164.10. Then I saw Litecoin and Ethereum drop to lower lows and get weak, while Bitcoin was staying stagnant before breaking to a lower low. That lower low had not happened on Bitcoin yet. So I said, all right, if Bitcoin gets this one more little flush to a lower low, and let's just pull it up on the hourly because that's where I was watching. If we get this flush, this is not the right chart. So here we go. I was playing off the previous low. We dropped down to the lower low. That's when I began to more aggressively scale in because that was the flush that I was looking for. And we didn't get a big flush, and that was another sign. Okay, bulls defended that support close enough. So at that point, I had one order of Litecoin fill at 165.10. I had another order down at 163.10. That order did not fill, but my first order hit the bottom to the penny. So I exited on the initial bounce. And again, if I were going to be around right now and monitoring the charts, maybe I'm waiting for Bitcoin to get some more follow through. This is a bullish reversal candlestick on the hourly. If we get a 15-minute higher low and higher high, we can see 15-minute is still lower highs. But if we get a higher low and a higher high, this bounce could play out all morning and we could see some bullish action all day today. So it's just me knowing I have other things to do and not wanting to watch the charts and locking in enough a day maker. You know, anybody making that solid amount of a day in 15 minutes, I'll lock that in every time, again, because I was not anticipating on trading today. So for Ethereum, my scaling in, I was doing it in a little bit smaller orders, breaking up. So I had 2 for Litecoin and I had about 6 for Ethereum. My first one filled a little too high at 760.10. Then I had one at 757.10, 755.10, 753.10, and my average ended up being pretty much in the 755s. So once we got into the 765s, I started scaling out. At this point, I'm out of all of my trades. All of the profit is locked in. It's a done deal. And again, it was just a short term. That's all I was looking for. You know, make a short term move, not have to sit at the computer. It took all of 20 minutes aside from talking in the chat room and making some charts to describe on TradingView the bounce that was coming. But other than that, just very easy, quick and easy. And again, if you're newer to charting and technical analysis, this trade is hard. This is a fast trade. If you're not comfortable and not confident, it takes longer to reach your decisions. Whereas if you've been doing this for years and years, it's just automatic. It's just, all right, I see the RSIs at this level. We're at historic bounce points. I begin scaling in. I'm keeping cash on the side in case things get extreme. And then if the bounce begins and I've only filled 60% of my position, it's still going to be enough to be worthwhile. So again, just continue practicing and continue sticking with it. Paper trade these scenarios. They're fast moving. They are short-term opportunities, and you can paper trade them and see how it would have ended up playing out and know that this is not the kind of trade that you should be, you know, doing well in your first year or two of trading. This is definitely more advanced just because of speed. You know, the candlesticks, the RSI, if this was the daily chart and slower and more drawn out, it would be a lot easier to play this move because you have a lot more time. There's no rushing. Here on the 5-minute and 15-minute time frame, it's literally, 30 seconds can make the difference in the trade or not. So it is significantly harder. So just wanted to share my mindset and what was going through it. And I will go live later today, cover some altcoins, do the usual Q&A kind of deal. And we'll see what this standing desk is all about, because it's definitely a bonus. As I've been traveling around and driving around, I haven't been able to get a standing desk because I don't want to have to haul it around with me. And this was $110, and you put it just on any tabletop, and you can carry it around and stick it in your car, and very easy. So thanks again. We'll see you later this afternoon, probably around 4 or 5 Eastern time.